All right, my friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how to use GoHighLevel as a CRM for your agency or really any business that you might be running if you found your way to this video. I'm David Schlais. I'm one half of Two Guys Build a Biz here, and on this channel, we talk about everything related to SMMA. And in this video, we're going to talk about something that is super useful for agency owners or business owners, which is the GoHighLevel platform, and how to actually manage your pipeline, manage your leads, manage all of your opportunities, and just keep track of things when it comes to all the deals that you have in play for your agency. Now, something to keep in mind is that this is actually a sneak peek of an upcoming course that we have launching inside of Growth School, which is our exclusive community for agency owners and digital entrepreneurs. And in that course, there's going to be close to 40 or 50 videos where I personally take you through exactly how to set up high level, how to create funnels, how to create all sorts of automations, anything that you could possibly want to do with the GoHighLevel platform. We're going to cover inside of our GoHighLevel Mastery course. Now, you can get access to that in the description down below by checking out Growth School. And when that course does go live in the next couple of weeks, the price for Growth School will be increasing. So the price that you pay today is the price that you pay for life. So if you want the lowest possible price for Growth School, check that out, link in the description down below. Now, let's go ahead and jump into my computer. Now, if you aren't familiar with GoHighLevel, or maybe you've heard about this in the agency space and you have some questions, I'm gonna just quickly explain what GoHighLevel is. So GoHighLevel is a lot of different things. It's a platform in which you can build funnels or landing pages that you can run ads to for your clients and your projects that you're working on. It is a CRM, opportunity management system. It is a workflow and automation system. It is a calendaring system. You can use it to replace Calendly. There's all sorts of different things that you can do inside of GoHighLevel that are super useful for agency owners. And why we love it personally is years ago, when Derek and I were first starting our agency back in 2016, it didn't exist. And what we needed to do was use all sorts of different tools like ClickFunnels, Calendly, MailChimp, all these different platforms, and we would tile them together. And it was super messy because there wasn't one single dashboard or one single platform to log into. All these different things were happening in all these different SaaS apps, and we were basically the glue. So what this meant was that every single client we needed to set up all these systems for. There was no way to duplicate systems or processes that we built for one client to the next client, and all that is now possible inside of GoHighLevel. I really don't think that there's a better deal when it comes to a SaaS or platform that you can purchase for your agency than GoHighLevel, for all the reasons that I just outlined and all the other tools that it mitigates. And the best part about GoHighLevel is that you purchase one single subscription and you can use it for as many clients as you're working with. Not only that, you can duplicate your entire snapshot from one client to the next client. So as an example, let's say that you start working with a bunch of tree trimming businesses and you sign one deal, you build out a whole funnel, you build out a whole process of automations for them, and then you sign another tree trimming business. You can literally duplicate that entire system that you created for one client into your next client, customize it for their logos, their colors, their brand, whatever, and it saves you hours of time while the client is none the wiser. So it makes you far more efficient, makes your margins even better. Great platform. Let's talk about how to use it as a CRM. So inside of GoHighLevel, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna create a client account if you haven't already. So I've got a bunch of them up here, and I just created a sandbox environment here for the purpose of this video. So you can see that there's no data here so far. There's nothing, there's no opportunities, there's no value, there's no conversion rate inside of the dashboard here. Now what this is doing is it's pulling everything from your opportunities into this dashboard. Now, how do we populate this with data? How do we populate this with usable stuff that we're gonna be tracking for our agency? Well, we're gonna go ahead and we are going to go to opportunities. Now here inside of opportunities, you're gonna see that there is no data so far. It says it's so lonely in here, there's no pipelines. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and create a pipeline. Now you don't need to worry too much about what pipelines are, because for the basics of this video, you're only gonna have one pipeline. But down the line, let's say that you wanna manage opportunities in two different niches and see how many deals you're working in each of them separately. You could create a duplicate pipeline and then segment it. But for, again, the purposes of this video, that's really just too complex. So we're just gonna have one single pipeline, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add pipeline, and then we're gonna go ahead and create new pipeline, and we're just gonna call this opportunities/deals, okay? And then what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna create stages. Now, if you don't know what stages are, these are basically where in the life cycle of becoming a client or being a client is this opportunity or this client, okay? So for the purposes of this, I'm gonna use the exact same stages that we use. I'm gonna have hold, I'm gonna have appointment scheduled. I'm going to have proposal review / pricing. I'm going to have contract sent. I'm going to have closed won. I'm going to have closed won churn. I'm going to have close lost. I'm going to have no show. Okay. Now, really quick to break down what each of these are. Hold means this is somebody that we spoke with, we had an appointment, we had a meeting, but they aren't ready to move right now, but we want to keep them in the hopper. These are people that we should be following up with or setting tasks or reminders to follow up with. We're going to have appointments scheduled. These are people that replied to our email, our outreach, or our advertisements and booked an appointment on our calendar or are scheduled to meet with us. We're going to have proposal review / pricing. So these are people that we had an appointment with, and we move to the next step. We put together a proposal for them. They have pricing in front of them, and they're reviewing it. The next is contract sent. So they saw our proposal, they saw our price, they asked for an agreement, and that agreement is out for signature. Closed won, obviously, these are people that are closed as clients. They are active currently. Closed won churn, these are people that were clients, but they churned out. They no longer do business with us. There's closed lost. So closed lost is we had an appointment with them and they were disqualified, or we had a proposal review and pricing and they decided to not move forward, or we sent them an agreement and they bailed at the last minute, right? So these are what closed lost are. And then no show are the jerks that we scheduled meetings with. They didn't show up to the appointment and they never rescheduled with us. So we put them in the doghouse here. Now you might be wondering, why do we have closed won churn? Why is that important? Well, there's a lot of times as you run through your agency adventure and journey where you might be doing a great job for a client, but for whatever reason, they might decide that they just want to try another agency or try something else. There's a good chance that those people might want to come back and do business with you in the future if you were doing a good job for them. So we track those separately from our closed lost, okay? So these are people that I might follow up with in the future, check in with them, say, hey, been a while, love doing business together. You want to pick things back up, or how are things going with your agency? And believe it or not, we actually close a lot of deals from this and pick things back up with clients in the future because the grass is always greener, okay? They're always going to be wondering what else is out there, wanting to try different things, and sometimes it just doesn't matter what a great job you do, okay? So we got our opportunities deals. Here are our pipelines. Now, if we go ahead and save this, we can see here now we have our opportunities / deals pipeline, okay? So if we click to opportunities or opportunities up here at the top, we can see now what was once empty before has a bunch of stages, okay? Now there's nothing in here, there's no value so far, but if we go back to our dashboard, we can see here that these now map to our funnel, okay? So this is the funnel life cycle of people potentially doing businesses with us. Okay, so it's empty. So what do we do about that? Well, what you're gonna wanna manage in here are people that you're speaking with, okay? So you are reaching out to folks, they're replying back to you, they want to have a meeting, they potentially have the opportunity to be a client. So what you're going to do is you're going to populate this with companies and then contacts within those companies and then opportunities, okay? So let's say I reached out to somebody, their name was Fitness Studio, and I met with Aaron there, and he's interested in doing business with our agency, and I just scheduled him for an appointment. How do we go about entering that into our new CRM here? First thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to come over to contacts, okay? And then you can see here, there are a bunch of placeholder things in here, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is add a contact, okay? So I'm just going to call them Aaron Fitness, Aaron at fitnessstudio.com, okay? Contact type is going to be a lead because they are not yet a customer. Time zone, don't need to enter that in, not required. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is save that, okay? So now if we look at Aaron here, we can see a couple of different pieces of information have been added, okay? We need to add a company for him though. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is add a new company. We're going to call this Fitness Studio. And then everything else, I'm just going to go ahead and leave blank here. I'm just going to add that company, okay? So now Aaron at Fitness Studio exists. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and add a contact source here. So in this case, let's say I reached out to him via email. This is something that you want to track because as you like pull reports in the future, you're going to want to know like, hey, what channels are producing meetings? Are my ads producing? Are most of my closed deals coming from email? These are things that you might want to report on in the future. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save that. Now, what we can now do, because Aaron Fitness now exists, is we can come over to opportunities. And like I said, let's say that we had our first, he replied to my email and he's open to a appointment. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is add opportunity. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up Aaron Fitness because he exists here. If we hadn't created him first, it would not exist, and you'd have to go and create him and then come back and create the opportunity. I'm just going to call it Aaron Fitness because it's the name of the company. And then for stage, I'm going to go ahead and call it appointment scheduled. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and say your average deal size is $5,000 per month. And then I'm going to go ahead and create that opportunity. Okay. Now, if I X out of this and then I refresh my opportunity pipeline here, we can see now Aaron Fitness exists in my pipeline. Okay. Now, just for example sake here, let's create another one and have them be at contract sent. Let's say we had a good appointment, we sent them pricing, and then we sent a contract. Again, I'm going to need to go ahead and create a contact. Let's say that this one is David Fitness. And let's say his name is Fitness Company, okay? Or the name of his company is Fitness Company, all right? And then I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now we come to David Fitness. Again, I'm going to say this came from email, save that, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a company for him. And then if you remember correctly, there is no company yet for Fitness Company, so I'm going to go ahead and create that, add the company. All right. Now, if I come over to opportunities, remember this guy was at contract sent. I'm going to create an opportunity for David Fitness. He's from Fitness Company. And I'm going to go ahead and put that at the opportunity stage of contract sent. Okay, so this is somebody who has a contract in front of them. We're waiting to do business with them. Refresh my pipeline here. And then boom, just like that, we've got somebody in appointment scheduled and we have somebody in contract sent. All right, good stuff. So now if we come to our dashboard, we can see this is going to start visualizing our information. Now we have two opportunities. Okay. We've got one thing I didn't do on that last opportunity is add an opportunity value. So let's say again, $5,000 as placeholder. Okay. So now we come back over to our dashboard. All right. So now as we come over here, we can see that in fact, we have $10,000 in opportunity value. We've got two opportunities here. And then if we come down to the bottom here, as I mentioned, if we look at our lead source report, we can see, hey, these came from email. Now, this is super important because now, I mean, we've been in business for a lot of years and we get a lot of referrals. And actually our number one lead source is actually referrals. It's better than our ads. It's better than we literally get one or two opportunities come our way each week just from people that we've done business in the past, talking about what a great job we did for their company and referring us to other people. So really, really an important thing here and something that you want to track is your lead source. Now, if you look at our opportunities here, I cannot stress how important this is. As you start prospecting, as you start speaking with people, you're going to start moving opportunities forward. And it is so critical that you as an agency owner have a way to manage your leads. Okay. Now, this is exactly what we use. This is exactly what we use in our agency. And if you look at our process, under our closed one, I know exactly what our MRR is at every single month because the cumulative of all the opportunities that have closed under closed one are our monthly MRR. And as an example, just to show you what this looks like, let's say David Fitness here closed as a deal. I can just slide him over into closed one and I can see exactly what I'm at today for monthly recurring revenue. Okay. So this becomes more and more important as your company grows, all that good stuff. But I cannot stress to you how important this is because as you start having opportunities, you're going to forget stuff. You're going to have somebody that you spoke with. You're not going to remember exactly what you spoke about, and you're going to forget to follow up with them because they're not going to be on your pipeline. So you want them to be in here. Now, there's some other cool stuff that you can do. Within here, you can add notes. So as an example, let's say I spoke with David Fitness here, and I want to add some notes. Okay, so what I can do is I can go ahead and add a note. spoke with David, great guy, great beard, okay? Asked for an agreement and a follow-up on 10/17, okay? So now, when you're busy like me and you speak with a lot of people, you're gonna forget exactly what you spoke with people about, right? Like, I might speak with David Fitness, I might speak with a bunch of other people, and I'm like, oh shoot, like what exactly were the action items or the takeaways from the call? So we want to save that and capture that here in our notes. And this gets you out of having this in like Apple Notes and all sorts of different places and into one single platform where you can track your pipeline, track your notes, track your action items, all that good stuff. And there's actually things you can do inside of GoHighLevel, which I'll explain in GoHighLevel Mastery, like send contracts to eliminate other contracting tools, all sorts of other really cool things you can do in here, like have conversations, send emails, all sorts of cool stuff. Additionally, in GoHighLevel Mastery, I talk about how you can use automations to auto-populate deals. As an example, something that we use is we run a lot of ads for our agency. So when somebody actually converts on an ad and books a call with us, an opportunity is automatically created, which is something that's really, really cool. And again, this all happens all within our CRM, and I explain all of this inside of GoHighLevel Mastery. So hope this has been helpful for you. This is immensely important if you run any sort of business that you have a CRM where you manage all of your contacts. And if you check out the description down below is a bonus for this. I've got a bunch of one-click install funnels for GoHighLevel for a bunch of different niches. You can go ahead, check that out, start a free trial, and build out your own pipeline inside of GoHighLevel exactly as I explained in this video. Let me know any questions that you guys have in the comments down below. Anything else you want to learn about GoHighLevel for future videos, we'll keep that in mind. Best place for all of your answers for GoHighLevel is going to be the GoHighLevel Mastery course, releasing soon inside of Growth School. If you're brand new here, Derek just posted an awesome video on what it actually takes to be successful as an SMMA owner. You can tap here, check that out, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video.